Hey everyone, it's Kazanmor here again, and today Invention was released on Runescape. So this is just a quick how-to guide on the very basics of Invention because it was just released, and I've just been playing around with it for a bit. So Invention is an elite skill, which means it requires level 80 crafting, level 80 smithing, and level 80 divination, which is an interesting concept for RuneScape. They've never tried it before, so let's see how it works out. To start Invention, you want to go to the Falador lodestone, and then just run up here, just up to this area just below the Dwarven Mines, and enter the Invention Guild. Right now it's just a cave, but in a future update they're going to add the actual guild, and yeah. So basically, when you start off, he gives you a full tutorial on how to do it, but I've read that a lot of people have actually skipped that tutorial and are now super confused. So basically there's a couple of things you need to know. This is the discovery bench. This is an item you can discover. And inspiration. Basically with inspiration, you get that during the tutorial. You get some inspiration as you go, and then you can get that from disassembling items, which I'll show you later, leveling up an inventor, and skilling out in the real world. So this is something that you're going to have to go out and skill some other skills to get the currency to level up. Okay, so basically what you can do is discover there. This is the manufacturing side of the workbench. When you have discovered something, you will be able to manufacture it here. So I can make a weapon gizmo or an augmenter right now. So that's the workbench. And now there's been 2 new magic skills added. They're just here under the skilling tab of magic. Analyze and disassemble. You can use analyze to look at the different properties of the materials you can use to disassemble with. By using analyze, you can click on anything that is able to be disassembled, and it will come up with this material analysis screen. Basically what this does is tells you how much chance you have to get junk items, which goes down as you level up your inventor skill. And also it tells you potential disassembles for good parts. So you can, from chitin at level 5, level 5, you can get simple parts very often, and variable components rarely. Let's just show another one. Let's go mithril plate legs. So the junk chance for this is 67%, but also you can potentially disassemble it into cover parts, plated parts, deflecting parts, strong components, and protective components. Those disassembled items can then disassemble like that. It will disassemble all of the ones you have in your inventory of that specific item. You can disassemble noded items, so awesome. But it only does 60 at a time, sort of like how protein bars work. So let's just disassemble all the stuff I pulled out to disassemble. This roam bar. And this anti-poison. Okay, so if we go down into the chat bar here, basically it tells you, okay, from each of the damaged chitin, because that was a 87% chance of junk, I got junk every time. Mithril plate legs. I did pretty good there. I got a cover part, a plated part, a deflecting part, and some junk. Rune bar, I got 2 simple parts, and anti-poison, I got organic parts and junk. So it's a very intuitive interface, very easy to understand. And that's disassembly. That's arguably the most important part for early game. Now, I'm going to have to get 10 more inspiration, and then I'll show you how to do the rest. Okay, so I got that extra inspiration that I needed, so let's dive into discovery. Let's try and discover a divine charge. Allows you to convert divine energy into power for your augmented equipment. I'll talk about that a little bit later too. So basically, what you have to do to discover items is there are 5 slots and 10 items around the slots. You have to figure out which combination of items makes this item. So I avoided the parts. That means I broke them. But I got 3 parts, so that's a very good start. You get as many tries as you can, but you have to pay less inspiration. So if you get it on the first try, you'll pay less than 40 inspiration. Wow, I really did badly this time. So that's how we do that part. Then it comes down here to another 5 slots, and you just insert those, and it will come up as an analysis here. This shows you how much inspiration is required to make it, and the optimization. So when you move these around, it will reanalyze and show different optimization. And all you have to do is rearrange them until you find what you want is perfect. That'll get you the 40 inspiration. See, now good is 64. This is an example. Obviously, some will cost more or less inspiration. I might just skip over this to when I get it right, because otherwise it's going to be boring watching me do all the things. Okay, so I got it perfect. So all you have to do is rearrange them until you get the right order. It'll come up with optimization perfect, inspiration required 40, for example, for this one. Click invent. It'll come up with a confirmation screen, and bam, you get a little bit of experience. Ah, that's rude. Then you are able to make the item. So if you go over to manufacture, I can now make the divine charge. What I want to show now is weapon augmentation. Basically, you have to make an augmenter, and then you make a weapon gizmo, and you put these together on a weapon, and it does cool things. So I'll show you that. Okay, I finally got all of the materials I needed to make an augmenter. That took like 2 hours. It was quite a trip, but I'd just like to point out that it says you need incandescent energy, but if you mouse over it, you can use any energy. You just need a variable amount. So that's really handy. I'm going to augment my vine whip because I had it and it's cheap. So use it. This brings up basically augmenting your items makes them soulbound, and they also require divine energy to charge them. So I'm going to say yes. Now it's got an augmenter on it. Okay, go away. Now, using my weapon gizmo shell, I open that up, and you can add materials to it by clicking them on here. So let's click that. Okay, and when you add materials, it shows you different perks that you can receive. So there's all kinds of different perks. If you move them around, you can actually change the perks, and also if you add different materials, you get different perks. So it's pretty awesome. It's very customizable and very fun. Okay, let's create something. Success. Talking. Gives your gear more personality. That's really awesome. That's something that I'm not really into the whole big stat boost thing. I like, a bit of flavor in my game. So that's cool. Now, if we use it, so once you've used your gizmo on your weapon, you can wield it, and it will level up as you kill things. Just like a skill. And as it levels up, the perks get stronger, and you can get more inventor experience from it, and you get better items from it. You can also recover gizmos if you level it up high enough. Currently, mine can level up to level 5, but as you go higher in inventor, you will be able to level it up higher. This is actually a great way to level up your inventor, because a level 5 augmented item will disassemble into much more experience and better equipment. That was a quick how-to on the very, very basics of inventor skill. It's a very interesting skill, very new to the game, and I'm really excited to train it. Hope you are too. Like, comment, and subscribe. Leave any questions you have in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them. I know about as much as you do right now, but hey, we can work together to figure it out. Kaz out.